Namaste and welcome. My name is Arshna with Divine Soul Resonance, and I welcome everyone to my channel with my love and my heart. If you are my returning subscribers, thank you, my friends. And if you're visiting here for the first time, I welcome you wholeheartedly. May this content bring in clarity, some sort of healing, some sort of a enthusiasm or encouragement to you. That's always the intention that I set in all my videos. So today, in this video, what I'm bringing forth is to explore and see what is taking place in your life. Of course, this is a general reading. Take the parts that resonate with you. I am tapping into the collective consciousness, to your energy, and seeing what messages will come through. So I'm titling this reading as a life review. What is really taking place in the spiritual realm, in your spirit, with your creative energy, with karma, and then what sort of a mental thought patterns you have, what is your thinking, where are you at right now, how is that impacting your life, what about your emotions, right? What is your emotional energy, and how that emotional energy is impacting and what is really taking place there. And then we're going to look at in the physicality, and that can show up as your health, it can show up in relationships, it can show up in finances, money, etc. on the physicality. So that's the intention with which I'm bringing forth this reading. So let's dive straight in. Let's look at, angels, what is it that my viewers are experiencing or needing to know about their experience right now in the spiritual energy, the creative energy, the karma. What is the major theme? Thank you. Power of the subconscious, power of the divine feminine. Power of the divine feminine is going to power your life right now. You may be experiencing a lot of dark night of the soul. You may be experiencing things with what's right, what's wrong, like big concept of what's right, what's wrong. I'm sensing like judgment. I'm sensing like going inward, periods of isolation, quiet, trying to identify and see which direction I want to go, or why is my life manifesting the way it is. And I'm sensing this creative energy that there seems to be some portions that are feeling very, very blocked. And I'm seeing the sun at the bottom, right? So right now I'm feeling like I'm picking up like blocked energy here, that you are going inward at this time, or you're being forced to go inward by your soul, by your higher self, to look at what type of karma, what type of a new cycle is it that you're needing to create or wanting to create that's going to support your growth, that's going to support the new cycle of love, of happiness and joy. So you're doing the deep dive. Okay, let's look at what's going on in your mental body. I told you I'm picking up dark night of the soul. Mental body, we have the devil energy. The mental body with the devil energy are addictions, are similar thought patterns. So we have a certain pattern with which we always operate, and that is on a subconscious level. Like if I tell you go from point A to point B, you've been doing this for years and years and years, you're automatically going to get on a certain roadway and a certain pathway to go from point A to point B. It would require extra work for you to go from point A to point B via C, or you begin to decide that, okay, you know what, I want to explore going ACB instead of AB. Let me try doing ACDB, a new pathway. That new neural pathway will require conscious effort. And with the devil energy, there is some things that in your mind space, your life, whatever, we're going to look at exactly how this, your mental energy, where you're getting stuck. This is also representation of fears, past fears coming up to surface. Okay, past fears is what's coming up, hidden fears that are manifesting in your life right now. Okay, so there may be a similar situation that is panning out. Maybe you're afraid of conflict. Maybe you're afraid of letting people down. Maybe you're afraid of taking that plunge in that relationship. Maybe you're afraid of making that move in a new direction for your work. Maybe you're afraid to speak up because of what you've experienced in the past. Okay, so that's why the deep dive with the High Priestess. We'll explore more. What is taking place in the emotional energy, angels? This is the area of fulfillment. It's not the mind, but it's the emotional energy. That's the area of the fulfillment. What's taking place for the people right now, angels? What's taking place for the people? Okay, I like that. So your big push with the subconscious and the devil energy coming up. In the emotional energy, you're wanting to manifest happiness. You're wanting to manifest a new beginning. You're wanting to be the creator. You want to be the one in charge. You want to be the one in control of your emotional energy, of where that emotional energy is going, of where I want to invest my emotional energy. But you are feeling stuck in some places. Okay, we'll explore more. And in the physicality, what is taking place for the people right now? What are they integrating right now in the physicality, angels, on the physical realm? Thank you. The World card, wonderful. I love it. These are very, very major themes, my friends. These are very, very major themes. With death at the bottom of the deck, you're going through major transformation. I was almost going to put out, I have a little plaque and it has a butterfly and it says, let your heart and soul fly. I was almost going to put this out. It's near my meditation zone. And I was drawn to that butterfly. And I'm seeing the death, which represents an ending has to take place. An ending of an old way. An ending of a karmic cycle. Ending. Fear. Deep dive. And a new beginning with a manifestation. So you are learning big lessons about your self-worth, about your place in the world, about your words that you are putting out into the universe. You're really, really understanding the power of your thoughts. You're really, really getting it at a different level. That to manifest anything new, you need to be the peace bringer. I was drawn to that dove and that peace symbol here. You are really, really learning that big lesson that for me to maintain peace, I have to let go of the past. That addiction is not an addiction of substance that I'm picking up, but it is of something that you're used to doing, something that you operate out of. That's your comfort zone. It's an operating out of the comfort zone. And that operating out of the comfort zone has kept you chained and locked in the devil energy. Okay, in the energy of fear. And also I'm hearing righteous retribution. So that deep sense of when we are disconnected from the emotional body, we are disconnected from the spiritual body, and we are only coming from the logic, the mind, the logic, the thoughts, then from when you're operating out of that, then logically what has happened to you was wrong, was incorrect, was unjust, was unfair. And when we operate just out of that, what will happen is, and I can already predict and see what's going to come up here, but I'm being guided to share with it now. So what's going to happen when we operate and we are disconnected from our emotional body, we are disconnected from how we are relating to other people, how we are relating to spirit, we are disconnected with spirit, and we are completely coming from the mind space. What's going to happen is when you are consistently looking at things from a logic perspective, it's not yielding an emotional satisfaction. You're not in a place where you're feeling satisfied even when you have proved yourself right, because it was right and they were wrong. You were right and they were wrong. Yet why don't you feel fulfilled? That's what I'm picking up. I'm not feeling fulfilled. There's something that's going on, okay? And there's that fear, there's this, so different emotions are coming up, okay? But those are the fears. That what will happen if I really forgive that person? What will happen if I truly let go of that? Okay? If I truly let go of that, how can I forgive someone who has betrayed me? How can I trust that person again? Why is it that I have to sacrifice my thoughts and I have to sacrifice what I have to do for the greater good of all? That's not fair. Why is it always on me? Of course, this is a fine line. Okay? And each one of you, it's going to differ, and each one of you with each circumstance and each situation is going to be different. So there's no blanket statement, there's no blanket answer to all of that. Okay? So operating out of the mental body perhaps may have yielded certain results, but your soul is pushing you towards a new beginning. I'm sensing like the Wheel of Fortune. Yes, there's a new start. With the World card, we want to begin the cycle again as the Fool's Journey. I want to be able to trust the world. I want to be able to trust my partner, whether it's your business partner, your love. I want to be able to trust my boss. I want to be able to trust my family. I want to be able to trust again I've already tried that experience. That experience has led to a certain, where you are right now in your life, whatever is panning out is based on, it's a snapshot of where you've been, based on your thoughts, based on your emotional energy of this life and of other past lives. That's encoded in your DNA. So now, when you're doing this deep dive, when you're doing this deep dive and going inward, you are pulling out. You're pulling out those fears. You're pulling out that dark energy. You're pulling that out and bringing it to light and saying, I'm not going to be afraid of you anymore. I am going to come from a place of love. I am going to come from a place of compassion. I am going to come from a place of harmony, because that is my new norm. That is my new direction that I want to experience. Okay? Something has to change. And that's where you're at right now. Something has to change. What is this in the spiritual energy? What message for them? In the mental body? In the mental body? In the emotional body, angels? And on the physical body, in the physical realm, physicality, angels. Thank you, angels. Let's go deeper. So what I'm seeing over here, my friends, is that, do I need glasses? Let me see. Yes, oh, that's better. So with the High Priestess, the Ace of Wands, and we have the Gambler. Willingness to follow intuition even when others doubt you. Okay, the deep dive. You are not relying on luck anymore. That, hey, you know what? I'm just going to go there and it's going to be, it's just going to kind of work out, and I don't want to do any internal work. The deep dive, my friends. You're doing the deep dive. You are switching out just from the operating out of the logic, and you've been predominantly using the mind space, because that's what we're taught. That's what we're taught. This is logical. It makes sense. This job makes sense. This relationship makes sense. This is the right way to do. They wronged you, and every wronged must be righted, and all of that. And I must take that. And unless I take a stand, and how am I going to teach that other person a lesson? That's the way I'm going to teach that person a lesson. So you've tried some things, right? You've operated out of a certain place. Now, where you're at right now and what your angels are guiding you is that as you allow yourself, and this person they're showing over here, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, is blindfolded and is just kind of moving forward. And when you're looking at that blindfold, it's reminding me like of the Two of Swords and going inward. This is the High Priestess, represents the intuition. And this one comes in willingness to follow the intuition. Willingness to follow the new set of karma, because the Wands is our creative fire. It is through the Wands energy that we are working with the realm of karma. Okay? Karma that we create. And this is the energy of creativity. This is the energy, creativity meaning you're putting something out, which is our karma. Okay? What is the energy you're putting out? So the angel guidance right now is that allow yourself, be willing and open to follow your intuition even when others doubt you. This goes on to show if you are the only person in your family, in your workspace, in your friends group, in whatever area, that you are the most forgiving. Doesn't mean you're a doormat. Please understand the difference, that you are very forgiving, very loving, and you have an open and an innocent energy of trust, the divine qualities of trust, the divine quality of innocence, of faith, of joy. Okay. Situations that have panned out in your life have showed you that it doesn't pay off. Archana, it didn't pay off to be kind. It definitely didn't pay off to be loving. It was horrific for me to have been compromising, etc., etc. Right? Does it sound like a story that might have played out in your life in certain area? Yes. But I'm reading the cards. I'm reading your energy right now. Your spiritual energy right now is that your spirit, your higher self, is pushing you to do this deep dive, to listen to what your heart says, to listen to your intuition. If you're the only one who feels it in their heart that I must wear that red cape where everyone else is wearing orange, let's say, or yellow, okay, then do that. People will look at you. People will infiltrate your mind. That's another part, infiltration of the mind, because they're coming out of their shadows, they're coming out of their fears. They don't know. They don't have the tools to walk with unconditional love. They don't have the tools to flow with harmony. They don't have the tools to be more compromising, to be more forgiving. You do. Your spirit does. So you must listen to your intuition. That's the first guidance. Let's come into the mind space. With this devil energy and the thoughts and the creativity, we create a world, whether we talk about we're living in heaven on, whether we are living in heaven or we're living in hell. Okay? Colloquial terms here, on heaven and earth, or hell on earth, is unleashed by the power of the mind. Because the mind is just thoughts. Think about it. How many times you've thought of some things, and then maybe within a day, maybe in an hour, you change your mind about it. So the thoughts are fleeting. What happens is when we stick to the thoughts, certain sticky thoughts, repetitive pattern, this person did this, I must do this. I was wronged, I want vengeance. I was wronged, I want vengeance. I was wronged, I was vengeance. I will teach them a lesson. I will teach them a lesson. I will teach them a lesson. There's a repetitive thought pattern. It will yield a certain result. Okay? So right now, the angels are talking about is your connection to the divine. And we got the child divine right next to the devil. The devil energy will lock you in the fear of you're going to be unstable, you're going to lose your finances, if you don't do this, people won't love you, and that thought pattern. That thought pattern has manifested a certain way in your life. Okay? So that thought pattern has not yielded great results. Some results, but not great results. Okay? So the message that's coming about your life on your mental body, so pay attention to the thoughts that you are allowing to be infiltrated in your mind. Okay. Get stronger in your mind. Start to meditate with this innocence, purity, redemption, connection with the divine. The child is, you look at a child, is very playful, is connected, they're carefree, they don't care about what they're wearing, what they're saying. So they're very free, they're very pure, they come from a very innocent. 0 is the energy of the fool, the child, okay? Starting a journey. You're born here, you're exploring the world, you get burnt a little bit, you learn some things, you learn the ways of the world, right? As a child. So opening up to the childlike innocence again will require for you to choose your thoughts wisely, to see, are there thoughts, other people's thoughts that are infiltrating you? Or can you strengthen your mental body? Can you strengthen your thought forms with those and infuse your thoughts with those of love, with those of what you value? So the focus for you right now would be to focus on your mind, on your thoughts. Which thoughts are you allowing in your life? Because those thoughts, those very thoughts, and I'm telling you this is not a 0% chance. This is a 100 out of 100% chance wherever you are in your life. I'm including myself in this space. It's not like you. Whatever problems, whatever issues, whatever shadows that are coming up are based on certain thoughts at some point in your life, whether you took them on consciously or at an unconscious level. Now bring them to light. See the ones that are locking you in the lower vibration of fear, of anger, of resentment, of wanting vengeance, hatred, being righteous and demanding. So you know that. Come from a purer, come from an innocent place. And see that just the way you have been wronged logically, others are coming from their shadows on where they might have been wronged, but you're not aware of that. So that opens up a heart to understanding. Let's move down into our realm here. With the emotional energy, with the magician, let me feel what we're getting from here. We got the Father. So I feel like there's a strong message here for family unit. Okay? You have a very strong connection to your own masculine energy. Let's start with that you have the ability to take action. That's why we have two masculine energies in the emotional. Interesting. Emotional is the energy of the divine feminine, the yielding, the intuition, the creative, the flow, the passive, right? That's our creative flow energy, the water. And cleansing. And the magician is a masculine energy of power, of directing the power through the power of my will. I direct through the power of my thoughts. The magician directs through the power, through the connection with the divine power of the thoughts, through the emotional energy, and makes things happen in the physicality. So there's that strength of power where the magician aligns his will, his representation of your masculine energy, which is an active principle within us. So the masculine energy within you, the magician within you, the magi within you connects the willpower to the divine willpower and then follows through, right? That strength of will. So I will choose the thoughts I'm focusing on my desired results. I'm focusing on my desired goals. And through the power of my thoughts, through the power of what I am creating with my words, because that's the thought, and this is directly connected here, the thoughts, how you're speaking. Am I being polite? Am I being kind? Am I uplifting? Am I encouraging? Am I learning to draw boundaries? Am I using this gift that I have been given of the speech, of expression, because the throat chakra is expression. Am I using the gift in life that each human being is given, the gift of speech, the gift of creation? Am I using it to add to the problems, to the negativity, to the toxicity in the world that already exists? Or am I a different being, or am I adding nectar? Am I adding positivity? Am I adding love? Am I adding compassion? That's up to you. As a magician, you have that option. You have that option. You are a magician. You are a magician. Whether you believe it or not, you are a magician. And you are manifesting. Okay? If you don't believe it, you're manifesting unconsciously. When you believe it, you know you're manifesting consciously. And I'm setting it as a reminder. You have that talent for creating and supporting life. Supporting life, not just for yourself. The Father represents a protector. The Father represents someone who sets rules and structures and creates the foundations where his family, children, legacy can grow. Right? So you're creating certain structures. You're creating a safe haven. Father, I'm talking about the Divine Father. Okay? So you may not have experienced that in your own life with your own father or with the masculines in your life. Right? So there's that healing. You're doing that deep dive. Like, just because I was not tended for, just because I was not cared for, I have been taught to be to only support myself, and I must just stand for myself, and I have to look out for myself because the world is bad, the world is evil, etc. Right? Whatever. I'm going with extreme words here, just so we can highlight the energy. And and now your soul is saying it's learnt enough with that armor, with blocking your flow of the divine feminine energy. There's a new emotional energy, new emotional birthing that your soul wants for you to experience, for it to alchemize, for it to heal. So the magician is an alchemizer. Okay, spiritual alchemist is the magician. Okay, the magician is an alchemist, because it can use the tools that it's given, create something, and change it to the form that he likes. Okay, so as a magician, you have all the ingredients, all the necessary ingredients to create the most beautiful, yummalicious, delicious dish that you would like to experience and relish in your life. And the message over here is you do have this talent for creating and supporting life. You have a very strong, even if it's latent right now, it may be dormant right now, you have a strong, powerful masculine energy existing within you. It's needing that healing. Perhaps you have some unhealed wounds with your father in your life, or father figures in your life, or even the men who embody the father energy, right? In that. So you're healing that emotional, so you're bringing that balance in. Now, on a physicality, you are learning these big lessons with the World card, and I love it. We got the Mediator. Gift for negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life. Respect for both sides of an argument. I love that. I'm feeling the Libra energy. I'm feeling the energy of justice with the Mediator. You're being guided to have the willingness to follow your intuition, to have and go back into that connection with divine that you already have. You have the talent for creating and supporting life. You have a positive guiding light within you. You have a very strong positive light, okay? And you can serve as this positive light within a tribal unit. I felt family very strongly, but this can also be in a work environment, because it's talking about a tribal unit where one supports one another. It can represent a community also. Okay, so you have that, okay, the talent for being the positive guiding light. There may be other people in that unit that may be stuck with old patterns of negative patterns, and they do not have the tools to release that energy. You do. You have this lightness, the love, the gentleness, the innocence, the purity, to be able to let go of certain things of the past, the traumas of the past, and embrace the new, and show the way to that unit, to that family, within that community, whatever you're doing. Okay, you also have the gift of listening to both sides of the situation, and that, my friend, is a very, very big gift. It's a very big gift. Not everybody has that. God has infused that gift in you, and that is based on all the work you have been doing in this life and in other lives, my friend. So if your journey has been difficult, where things have been unfair, where you have felt that things have been unjust, it's because you have a very strong sense of justice ingrained in you. Okay, so at points you may have wanted and you may have expressed that this is righteous retribution. So yes, that person must be punished, that must be done because that person did wrong, therefore it is right, it is fair. But you're learning now that how do I just want to come in from that logic place, or can I infuse an emotional energy of love and compassion in here? So you have the gift of being the negotiator. So if there's a lot of people who are feeling trapped within your family, within your unit, or within your friends group, I won't repeat the same things again, around you, in your unit is what I'm going to say. You have the gift of listening to both sides, calming the people down, and getting them to negotiate, okay, to communicate from an open-hearted and a more innocent place. You're learning some big lessons, and I feel you're going to be prepped up for something very big. You're going to achieve some sort of a big success and recognition in the world for that. Okay, in the world for that. Let's have a look a little bit more. Let's look at how far. Okay, 30 minutes into the reading. All right, maybe another 10 minutes, angels. We'll make it less than 45 minutes. Let's do that. Let's look a little bit more on what is this willingness to follow the intuition. What can you tell me, angels? I'm going to take 3. 1, 2, 3. All uprights. Let's have a look. What I'm feeling over here, my friends, is so with this 5 of Wands over here, where others are doubting you, people are putting their interest in being more, I'm going to exert my will, I'm going to exert what I believe in, and I want to create the way I want to create. You have the gift, my friend, to bring people together. And I'm seeing the energy of 3. There may be 2 very significant people, and you have the gift of offering understanding with the 6 of Pentacles. You have the gift of offering understanding because you have, and I'm seeing the scales. I told you I'm feeling justice energy, and this is coming up straight up in the spiritual energy. You have learned to balance the light and the dark. So you may be still experiencing some more dark nights of the soul because you are being prepped for something very big. I feel that. Okay, so I do feel that you have within you the wisdom, and you have within you the gift of bringing happiness and joy, and bringing that emotional energy of coming together, of sharing the happiness, and diffusing conflict. Right? With this, I'm sensing you have this gift of diffusing conflict. In the mental body, angels. So if you're experiencing this little bit of this conflict and people exerting their will on themselves, the angel guidance is to bring in lightness, love, and bring in wisdom. Okay, bring in and maybe give practical solutions to some people. Okay, let's look at in the mental body. This wanted to come out. What else? This. One more for the mental body. Thank you. So in the mental body, you're probably in a space where you've been really working hard. Okay. So now you're getting into, with the 9 of Swords, the 3 of Pentacles, and the 7 of Pentacles. What I'm picking up with a lot of Pentacles energy, let's look at here in the Pentacle energies. You've been really trying to bring fairness into different situations, and it is stressing you out. So be playful, be light. This journey of new thought forms is important. The journey towards teaching people to choose the right thoughts to have a greater experience takes time. So just the way the flowers just don't grow in a day, it takes time and care, and you will be rewarded. Okay, so continue to shine that light with the 3 of Pentacles over here. This person is on a pedestal. You, I'm again seeing the energy of 3. I am definitely feeling that you are mediating between 2 people for sure. Whether you know it or not, you are serving at this bridge between 2 people who just don't get along. Okay, so, and I know it has kept you up, it has stressed you out, but Spirit is guiding you. Okay, and they're reminding you to talk about and get them connected and get yourself connected to the purity. Okay, you have the connection with divine, they have the connection with divine. They may not see the connection with the divine. Show them that way. Okay, continue to water the plants. Those seeds are going to be rewarded. With the Magician and the Father in the emotional energy, what message do they need to know about their life right now, angels? Okay, thank you. Beautiful. So the first energy up is the 10 of Wands. Then we got the King of Cups and the 8 of Pentacles. So angels are really saying that yes, with this World card, it's completing. Okay, with the Devil and High Priestess, this is not easy. These are extremely huge major arcanas. These are huge things in your life right now. You're learning some major karmic lessons, and it's not like retribution to you or your journey, but it is something that you're learning not just about yourself. You're learning about collective consciousness. You're learning about how people operate on Earth. Maybe you're a starseed, maybe you're a light worker, maybe you're from other realms and other dimensions where there is more lightness, and the reality, the way we here in the human form in this moment in time, in these moments in time, are operating are out of a lot of the shadow. So perhaps you are that being who is here to anchor that part of the light. So you are not only learning and clearing out which you've taken, I feel like these burdens perhaps may have been karma that you've taken on for yourself. I'm picking up a lot of the starseed energy here. You may have picked up a lot of that to understand the collective consciousness, to understand the level of darkness that exists, the shadows, and you know a better way of living, and you're bringing that forth. Okay. So this emotional journey has been very difficult for you. I can pick that up. This has been like a lot of heavy burdens you've been carrying, either for your family, your own self, trying to heal this. But the 10 is about an ending, okay? I did say I'm picking up the Wheel of Fortune energy. So it is going to come to a close. You are really healing the masculine and integrating with this, feeling like the masculine energy, the father, and the Ace of Cups is the emotional energy with the Magician in between. You're manifesting a huge union. I'm sensing union. Okay, I'm sensing union. If you're twin flames, or divine counterparts, I'm sensing a union. That's why this big thing is taking place in your life right now. For you to gain that, again, I'm seeing a king energy, and they're talking about the father. So this is gaining mastery. You have mastery of emotions. Okay, you have the talent for creating and supporting life. You can be serving as this positive lighting, guiding light in your family, in your tribal unit. I know this has been a long burden, but angels are here reminding you to continue to build. We got the 8 of Pentacles. After the 8, you get the 9, you get the 10. You're there. Okay, you're there. You're definitely receiving a lot of support. So continue to work on it. Continue to persevere. So we are moving from the 6 to the 7 to the 8. That's wonderful. So I'm sensing progression. So see, you started to balance out in the spiritual energy. That started to reflect on the mental energy. You needed to be a little bit more patient in the mental body, and it's showing up very strongly in the emotional energy. Okay, so you're continually building on that. That's beautiful. Okay, that's beautiful. And on a physicality, what messages do they need to know, angels? What messages do they need to know? I'll take one more. Thank you. We have the Queen of Swords, the 2 of Wands, and we have the King of Pentacles. Thank you for this confirmation, angels. So the first thing I want to tell you is that as you do the spiritual work, which is what you're doing, that's where your spirit's guiding you. As you're bringing balance in and understanding both sides of the situation, you're following your intuitive nudges, you're following your intuition, okay? With the 6 of Pentacles, you're moving into the 7, okay? You're continually working on that. You're being patient in the mind space. So it's showing up in the physicality. It's not fully showing up because 7 of Pentacles still it's not yet full time for harvest yet. Okay, so yeah. And then you're moving into the emotional energy. You really built strongly. Okay, you're almost there. You're almost there with the 8 of Pentacles. You've really worked hard, one step at a time. There may be a few places where you're encountering these and you're wondering, why am I getting these dark night of souls when I've done so much work? You're almost there. Okay. What's showing up in your physical reality is the King of Pentacles. We're getting a lot of the father energy, right? You have the talent for creating and supporting life, right? You can be a positive guiding light within a tribal unit. That's the King of Pentacles, okay? That's the King of Emotions. So you have the ability for this mastery of your emotional, the feminine energy, and to have this absolute practical sense and have the money, the wealth, the stability, okay, not just for yourself, but to nurture others. So you're nurturing, I'm seeing you nurture others through your words, through your inspiration, through the emotional energy, through understanding, even through support, through money. You're going to be wealthy at one point. You will be. It's here in the cards here for you as you're continually doing this process. Okay, so the first message here is the Queen of Swords. Again, I told you the main part really in your life is going in the mental body because the devil's there. Wherever the devil is sitting is where your greatest work is taking place right now, and that, my friend, is in your mind space. Okay, or you're breaking paradigms with this Queen of Swords. Okay, you're breaking paradigms and you're making a new choice. With the Two of Wands, you want to create a new karma, new choice, a new experience. That's what the Spirit is guiding you. And this new experience where you're holding the world in your hand, you got the world in your hand, and here you're offering the world an understanding, and you're holding the world with such tenderness. You're holding the world, the entire world, whether this world represents you, this world represents your tribal unit, this world represents the entire world and all of humanity, with so much love and care, in all its glory and in all its darkness. You're holding it with light, love, care, and compassion. And you're creating a new vibration in here. You're bringing in and anchoring in a new vibration, a new thinking, a new way of being. Okay, you're putting in the cauldron the energy of love. You're putting in the cauldron the energy of support. You're putting in the cauldron the energy of magic. You're putting in the cauldron the energy of purity, of redemption. You're putting in the cauldron the energy of playfulness and innocence. You're putting in the cauldron the energy of willingness to follow the intuition. You're putting in the energy of negotiation. You're putting in the cauldron the energy of understanding things from two different perspectives. You're putting in the cauldron the energy of respect. And as you're putting in the energy of respect, respect is coming to you. I'll take a final closing message for all of you, my friends, and see what is the blessing that is unfolding in your life with all these changes. Shall I take both? Yes, I guess two. They wanted to come. Let's have a look. The first one is Lord Kapila, and it says here, the knower of matter and spirit. Let's have a look. Scientific knowledge, power of discrimination, divine understanding and liberation, knowledge and mastery of the material elements. So a gift of mastery is coming to you. And we saw that with the King of Pentacles and the King of Cups. You see, these are two levels, high levels of mastery. So if you can't see this, I started it with the Ace of Wands, which is our creative energy. You're born out of spirit with a creative spark. Then we move into the mental body. We have the thought forms. With the thought, we are connecting to the emotional experience, and through this emotional experience, we are manifesting and experiencing a physical reality. You're having a mastery of this whole process. You're having a mastery on what is needed on the material plane. Big lessons, I told you. Big lessons, my friend. Okay. Divine understanding and liberation. A liberation comes in when you are letting go of the finances, letting go of attachment to the physicality, letting go of the emotional energy, letting go of the thought forms, and completely merging like a child, like an innocent spark, divine light into the God source. That is our liberation current. Okay, that is liberation. Okay, so you're on having divine understanding, which is flowing through from top down, from source, how to create a newer reality. And you also have understanding of how to liberate yourself and show others the way to liberate themselves from the attachments of the world, from attachments of emotions, from attachments of mental thought patterns, from attachments of certain ways of being and doing things in the spiritual realm. Okay, willingness to connect to God's source. That's huge. There may be some of you who are very I don't want to say left brain, logically driven, and part of your life mission, there's a reason for that, is there'll be something that's going to come to you, and that's I'm feeling like how do I say it? I'm seeing a future prediction, like a future. That there's some sort of a scientific knowledge that you are going to get your hands on through your divine connection, and that's going to unfold in you, and that you're going to come up with some, I'm feeling like you're going to come up with some sort of a tool. You're going to come up with some sort of a creative tool, like, we have computers, you're going to create something, and it's going to require a lot of the science. It's going to be, you're bridging the gap with the science, with the scientific knowledge, and this intuitive power that you have. This is something that you're going to be creating, and that I'm seeing in the far future. Okay, but this is taking place right now for mastery of the material elements, and how, when you're the knower of matter and spirit, you can actually create, truly be the true magic manifester. And we got another message, blessing. We got Gayatri Devi, mother of devotion, peace of mind, spiritual knowledge, greater concentration, and that's what I'm picking up over here. Okay, so mother of devotion is that you are surrendering. This will be the gift. You're going to surrender, and you're going to be devoted to your spiritual energy, meaning you're devoted to healing and working top down, not bottom up, top down approach, meaning you're working and connecting to the divine source to receive the guidance, to shift the mind, to have a new understanding, to create something, versus I'm going to do what other people are saying and doing. And that's a big blessing. And that's going to bring in, where this devil energy can create a lot of chaos, is going to bring in a peace of mind. And you'll be able to concentrate on the things that right now perhaps you're not being able to concentrate on. Yes, that's what I'm feeling. Any other messages for the people? Is there anything else? Is there anything else that needs to come? Athlete, you will overcome and transcend these physical limits. You are going to develop personal willpower and the strength of spirit. I think this has come up in one of my readings too earlier, the athlete. You will transcend these physical limitations. This is the world card here. And any sort of handicaps that you may have, actual physical handicaps. And you are going to develop a strong personal willpower. Okay? When you have the willingness to listen in to your intuition, you're going to have a beautiful creation. And you're going to have the strength of spirit. I love that. So that is what I have for you for your life review right now on what is taking place. If you'd like a personal reading, you can reach out to me. The details of that are in the description box of this video. If you'd like to go deeper and in more of a closer setting, I do have a Patreon, and you can connect with me there. I have many specific content that I post only on my Patreon. It's just something new that I've just started, just something that I was inspired to bring in the physical realm on my spiritual energy. And if you'd like to work with me one-on-one, I am a transformational coach, and I work a lot with mindset, and healing, and bringing balance into the light and the dark through healing our divine feminine and our divine masculine energy. That's one of the core signatures that I work with people through meditations, through healings, through a lot more. You can explore all of that in finally most of my websites up, so it's up there. I've had like a little soft launch, there are a few errors, but hey, I got the chunk of stuff on my website, so you can totally look over there, and you can connect with me there. All right, so that's what I have for you. May this bring in a lot of blessings and healing in your life. Namaste, bless you, and I will catch you in my next video.